The next phase of downtown Cape's historic Broadway Theater will be one that celebrates its past and future. The theater is coming back to life as a community-centered indoor market. Local entrepreneurs, artists, and a small business will all have a space here, making a true destination for the community. The plan is to give people a place to pick up fresh groceries, baked goods, or handcrafted items, all while reconnecting their neighbors. And while the latest renovations are underway, crews are uncovering some pretty incredible pieces of Cape Girardeau's history. Brianna Harris is live in the studio now with more on the discoveries and how they're connecting the past with the future.
Well, Jeff, as crews dig into the basement of the Broadway Theater, they're uncovering a hidden side of its history. Forgotten corners and dusty spaces are showing just how vibrant the theater once was and the stories it holds for Cape Girardeau.
The whole project is remembering that.
Walking down into the theater's basement is like stepping back in time.
We found an old door in the dressing room that was signed by the band members who played on the stage behind me in 1925.
From signed doors to handcrafted balcony box seats. The man leading the theater's restoration, Brennan Tote, says each piece offers a glimpse into the life the theater once had and the stories of the people who filled the seats.
You know, we dig in, we find something historic, and our eyes get wide, and we think, man, this is something we really want to keep alive for the community. Cape Girardeau and Southeast Missouri care a lot about history, and so we're proud to be able to preserve it.
The discoveries don't stop there. Old Town Cape director Liz Haynes says these decorative panels with intricate flower designs and the old Broadway Theater sign are a piece many remember from its dollar show days.
A lot of people in the community remember coming here when it was the dollar show. You know, I came down here, walked down here, down the street with my folks and saw second run movies. And who knows, maybe that'll be a part of the new concept.
Each piece uncovered in the Broadway Theater tells a story. The treasures found are more than just objects. They're windows into the theater's century-long history.
Bringing back the historical pieces will add to the vibrancy of the whole project and by extension the whole downtown community. So it's vitally important. It's exciting that these pieces were still here after all these years that the theater sat vacant. You know, a lot of that history was just lying in the dust, and now it's going to be brought back to life.
The Broadway Theater is currently in phase 2 of the restoration project. Todat says he expects it to continue for another 12 to 16 months. Live in the studio, Brianna Harris, Heartland News.